Hey, what's going on, family? Today's the 13th of August, 2024. We're going to talk about this article from Yahoo Finance or Zacks. NIO stocks is on sale after 50% year-to-date plunge. Should you buy now? They always ask that question, should you buy now after the stock falls massively? And the crazy part about NIO is that it's down 70%, almost 60% right now. So apparently, it's not the time to buy. Seeing NIO stock fall 50%. But, they always give these particular type of articles, these titles to people who are devout owners of NIO. I feel sorry for the people who kept buying the dip in this stock. I know a lot of people on YouTube has created content saying that NIO is it. It is going to be the EV of the Chinese market like Tesla is in America. But now it's down massively. What's going on? Guys, appreciate my videos and my opinion. Hit that like button. Share the video, also subscribe, because you're not going to get this viewpoint, understanding as to how finances traditionally work the way that I tried to show it to you all. The electric vehicle sector is currently experiencing a rough ride with NIO. NIO emerging as a notable casualty. Ouch. China-based EV maker NIO has been in the red territory for a while now, and everyone creates content. Like, think about this. When you see a stock in red territory, it is bleeding money. The stock is losing value continually. And then you see content created that stems as if there are positive things on the horizon that's going to increase the stock's value. Something is wrong. You have to look at the stock's price. Don't look at what people are talking about, the content that they're creating, trying to sue. Oh, the earnings in the next quarter is going to be fantastic. Oh, NIO is going to have some very powerful batteries that's going to allow their EV cars to go on for 1,000 years. Like, don't listen to the content if the price isn't going along with it, because somebody is apparently leading someone else astray. It is not real. The price is the real. That's the focal point. And if what people are saying is not matching up with the price action, then what the people are saying is wrong and not the price. Year to date, shares of the company has plummeted 50.6%, underperforming the industry, as well as its key rivals like Li Auto and XPeng. As NIO currently hovers around 72% below its 52-week high. 52-week high, they're down 72%. Make it make sense to the people who pump NIO all the time. And I know you guys know these YouTubers who pump NIO continually for the last couple of years, but so many of them get a pass. The stock plunge mirrors the broader EV market challenges. For starters, the slower than expected adoption of EVs impacted NIO's first quarter deliveries, which declined 40% sequentially. Yeah, they're not selling cars. Are you surprised? The Chinese EV market, notoriously competitive for new entrants, has forced companies like NIO to cut prices, just like Tesla, and offer huge incentives to drive sales. The pricing pressure has in turn eroded NIO's profit margins, which fell 9.2% in the first quarter of 2024, down 270 basis points sequentially amid the challenges the company incurred a wider than expected loss in the first quarter of 2024, wider than expected. If they can't sell cars, what's going to happen to the business? Eventually, when the stock continues to go lower and lower and lower and lower, the next option is to either dilute more shares so that you can remain afloat in the business operations, or you have to file bankruptcy, or you're going to get bought out. Is that the direction that NIO is currently going to go? Or will the Chinese government try to infuse more capital in the business to not let them go bankrupt? Adding to these domestic challenges, NIO faces headwinds from the international trade arena. The European Commission recently imposed additional duties of up to 38% on Chinese EVs. Yeah, they don't want Chinese cars in their country. Pretty much like you don't see NIO being driven in America. That will hamper the sales of NIO. Given that Europe is the only market outside of China where NIO operates, these tariffs might exacerbate The company struggles, though the impact is likely to be relatively contained due to the minuscule proportion of NIO sales outside of China. So the bread and butter for NIO is only in China. If these other countries allowed NIO to compete in selling their cars, maybe the value of NIO would be a lot higher than what it is today. But nobody talked about that, right? Nobody talked about how outside forces, struggles is hampering NIO's progressional strength in the business. Because if NIO was able to sell cars in Europe, if they was able to sell cars in America, then the stock would be a lot higher than it is today because sales will be higher. But these other companies who create EV vehicles, they don't want the competition, i.e. Tesla don't want the competition of Chinese-made EV vehicles in America because they also need to make sales. Tesla also needs to sell cars. So rather than compete with other EV makers, Tesla is trying to have the United States government impose tariffs, trade restrictions on China from coming over here to sell their cars. That is the biggest brother that you can have in any business, is your government backing you. So, will this continue to hurt NIO? Because when you look at the stock, here it is. Look at this. This is a business in trouble. When you see his stock looking like this, it's more than just, earnings. It's something more than just missing sales. It's something more than the regular run-of-the-mill business operations. Something is detrimentally wrong with NIO, the business. And it goes to look like it's the governments of where these companies are. Something is restricting NIO from competing. And once you saturate a particular market and you've sold all the cars you can sell in a particular market, you're supposed to branch out and go and sell in other competing markets that you're not in yet. But if Europe, if America, if other countries don't want your car there, this is what the stock price would do. We're about to hit the low point in NIO. From our last video that we did in NIO, we even created this buy zone. And I still suspect that we're going to try to come to this point, $2. We did a price prediction in NIO on May the 1st, anticipating higher prices. It did give us those high prices, but it didn't reach our ultimate area. I get it. But we had opportunity to bang something out of this market. Pause. Around $6.07. That's 15% right there though. So that's nothing. But this hasn't changed. Like, you should not be bullish in NIO right now. I don't care what this article was saying from Zacks or Yahoo Finance. I don't care. Because the chart is telling me something else. It's telling me something totally different. So why pay attention to what people have to say when the chart isn't gelling with what they're saying? We're still weak in NIO. Here it is on the 3-month chart. Okay. Now you can kind of see the price leveling off. That's a good beginning. Leveling off, because it's just been a down move ever since 2021, 3 years ago. Imagine if you shorted the stock in NIO and you're still holding on to that short today. You have profited handsomely from this move. And understand, I do suspect some of these big institutions, the one who knew that NIO can compete in other EV markets, that's when they shorted the stock. Because they know that if these governments aren't allowing companies to compete, there's only one direction that the company can go then. And you're seeing it right now in NIO. So I think that the market still has some ways to go to the downside. I don't think it don't have that far to go. We may even see the market in NIO bounce off of this low right here from April. And here it is on the 5 weeks. So again, like, we may not have that low to go, but this is not a buying opportunity in NIO. So what I'm going to do is we're going to anticipate some lower prices to occur. and it's just going to go down to around this buy zone, either at the high or the low of that buy zone. At the low, that's around what, 43%. So again, that's going to hurt the stock. And we'll take it all the way up here to the high of $5 as a resistance area. But this is a sell zone right here too. This is a big sell zone. And then another sell zone is right here. So we'll see, especially when earnings come towards in September, ending of September, we'll see what happens. But yeah, go ahead and give me your thoughts. Let me know. Make sure you maintain a profitability. And as always, trade different.